The Lancers are home Sunday, January 25th, 4 p.m. OurLancers.com.
I have a dream that one day my kind will be on time to podcast.
Oh my God.
The great Martin Luther King Jr. said that. And
Did he?
yeah, he did say that.
That's what he said.
And that's not only because John was
historically
late today.
accurate.
That is historically accurate. You want to pull up the video clip? Here, I'm gonna
We
pull
had
it up.
video
Wait,
clips back then?
No, sorry. I'm gonna pull up the audio clip of that time. Okay.
All right,
Did that happen
watch.
before
Can
the
we
internet?
can we
Wait,
go
listen.
on with the intro?
Wait, I'm playing the
please?
audio clip.
All right.
I have a dream that one day my kind will be on time to podcast. Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Okay.
That sounded pretty accurate, actually.
That
Yeah,
sounded
okay.
accurate to me. I think
that was extremely accurate.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Rochester
Finally.
Sports Network studios in Gates, New York, it's Rochester Sports Mumblings. On Martin Luther King Jr. Day, they work hard, these
That's
boys.
right.
It's presented by Salvatore's and the Rochester Razor Sharks with your host, Matt Goldman
Thank you.
and John Cargill.
Less applause.
That's
What?
what happens when you're late. And here's your host, Matt Goldman.
Oh, thank you, Muna. Stick around for 1 second. We are here working on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
that's right.
And John, we forgive you. It is Martin Luther King Day. You do get a free pass today. Okay? It's okay that you were late.
Good.
Okay. Muna, just before you go, did you get a phone call sometime last week from a guy maybe asking for toilet paper?
Okay, listen. So on our show, Chamber Boys, we did this thing with Prank Owl, which is a prank calling site.
And where do you
okay?
find Chamber Boys?
It's on YouTube. So you can just
YouTube, search Chamber Boys. It
Yeah.
is it's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I was somewhat skeptical when you're talking about your show. It is hilarious. I'm hooked on it. I recommend
Thanks, man. That means
everyone
a lot.
support their show. Chamber Boys on YouTube. Is there Facebook as well?
Yeah, there's Facebook.
Okay, Chamber Boys.
Facebook.com/Chamber Boys.
Chamber Boys. Okay, support. This show is absolutely hilarious.
Okay, anyway, so we had on our show, we're doing prank calling with this site, okay? And Matt asked me what site it was because I guess he was listening to our show. And I told him, and I got at least like 4 prank calls one night. Do you know when to stop? Sometimes it gets
No,
annoying. with that.
I only did it twice.
Did you get all the recordings? I was
No,
actually-
I only did the guy that wanted it, or he wanted to borrow toilet paper.
Yeah, that was
right.
it.
But
Were they funny at least?
yes, Muda was.
I was-
Muda was like, "What?
Initially,
No,
I
that's
was tricked.
disgusting." Of course you were.
I'll admit
you
it.
totally fell for
Yeah,
it.
initially I fell for it, and then I caught on.
And I couldn't believe that you fell for it, considering you had just done it on your own show.
Yeah, I know. I didn't do
I
that
couldn't
one, though.
believe it.
There's different ones you can do.
I know.
There's
it might
one.
have been a different app, actually.
Oh, it might have. Okay.
I think it was a different app.
There's one where a guy will call you on the phone, and you'll pick up the phone, and he'll go, "Hey, this is Vince from Tony's
I
Pizza."
like that one.
And then like he'll leave like a little bit of gap for you to say, "Hey," and then he'll go, "Hey, yeah, listen, we're having some trouble paying with your credit card." And then the person, there's a little pause, and the person, it's just all automated, and the person thinks he's talking to an actual person, and he goes like, "Yeah, no, I didn't order pizza. No, I didn't
So
order
he's trying to figure out, when did I order from Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, when
if
did I
ever?
order from Tony's Pizza?" But anyway, there's different ones that you could do. But thanks a lot.
Anyways, thank you, Muda. Chamber Boys tonight. You guys are recording 9 p.m.
Yep.
It'll be on YouTube. Everyone, please support Chamber Boys and support our other shows on RockSportsNetwork.com. There's some great shows over there, and also LateNightSportsRadio.com. We are very happy to be on those 2 networks. You can hear us simulcast Tuesday nights starting at 10 p.m. on LateNightSportsRadio.com. You can also find us on demand on LateNightSportsRadio.com, and you can find all of our shows. This is show number 21. All of our archive shows with some of our best guests, all on RockSportsNetwork.com. And remember, Rock's Podfest, February 6th and 7th at the Record Archive in Rochester. We will be there live with about 20 other podcasts from rockpodcast.com. John, welcome. Mark Sotili, welcome back.
Thank you.
We have a jam-packed show tonight. We're going to be talking some Lancers, some MASL, some baseball. Some big baseball news came down. Some Amerks hockey. Stephen Basso, defender for the Rochester Lancers, will be joining us at 6:45 Eastern Time if you're listening live. Of course, if you're listening on demand, about 45 minutes into the episode, you will find the Stephen Basso interview. We're also going to, just in a second, I hate to do this because he talks a lot, but the Detroit Waza Flow, for some reason, decided to play without a goalkeeper for the entire game against Baltimore. Did you hear about this?
Was that just over the weekend, right?
Yeah.
I thought that's what I was watching because I actually watched the game.
They play without a keeper. So we're going to call Dominic.
For him, though.
We're going to get the word in from Dominic. It worked out great. They what was the final score in that game? 9-6.
Yeah, so
Baltimore beat the Waz in 9-6. That's by far the closest any team in the MASL has held Baltimore this year.
But you have to also imagine it's 9-6 times 2, so it was
You mean,
single
if
points.
we're playing
it was
East
single
Coast?
points, so it
Yeah.
doesn't sound as good as if it's
That's
18
it's
to 12.
true.
But
Anyways, also we are gonna give away a Salvatore's pizza, a large Salvatore's pizza right now. Mark, what is the Lancers trivia question for tonight?
the Lancers trivia question is: who is a sponsor of the MASL soccer balls?
Who is the sponsor of the MASL soccer balls? First person to respond on our Facebook page or on the Mixler will win a free pizza from Salvatore's. And please, if you have won before, if you could just let someone else win, we would definitely appreciate it. So the Lancers lost to the Silver Knights 12-11 over the weekend. We are going to get to that in a few minutes. I'm sure, Mark, you have some thoughts on that. The Lancers held a 11-2 lead and ended up falling 12-11, which I couldn't believe. I was looking on Twitter, and I was like, wow, we're doing great. And then
I think everybody
not so
thought
good.
that too. So, it's a tough loss. We just got to leave it behind us now and work for this weekend, big weekend coming up in Baltimore and back here in play Harrisburg. So, we got to forget the loss and just go forward.
Dominic.
Well, yes.
Yeah, all right, we just got to ask you about this real quick. We only got like 2 minutes, but you guys played the Baltimore Blast at home this weekend and only lost 9-6, which is by far the best performance any team in the MASL has put up against Baltimore this year. And you guys played the entire game without a goalie. Is this correct? I couldn't believe this when I heard this.
Can't quite say without a goalie because we had somebody in gloves and he was in the net and he has played there for us before, but no, he's a field player. He's 100% field player.
But was he wearing the 6 attacker jersey?
Say that again?
Was he wearing the 6 attacker shirt?
Well, we don't have a 6 attacker shirt.
Oh.
All we have is we just put the guy in whatever they want to wear.
Wait, hold
but
on.
He is literally a field player that we put in net on purpose so that we could play like a 6 attacker the whole game.
Okay, but hold on. I thought I thought every team in the league had to have a 6 attacker jersey, or is that not true?
We don't have one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, whatever.
We don't do multiple points. We don't have the 6 attacker jersey, and I don't have short hair.
Oh, yeah, we know that. All right, so you guys decided that your best strategy against Baltimore would be to basically try to play in a 6-on-5 power play for most of the game, and it seemed to work.
It did. I can't say that it worked because we lost 9-6, and a loss is a loss. And on social media and everything else, at the bottom line, and all the Blast fans are ultimately going to say, it didn't work. However, we gave up and put up the best fight that I've seen so far as
by far
against them.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I was so sick of being downplayed by everybody because of our record. People saying that the PASL teams, they can't compete. I know Rochester has gotten the better of us, but, we beat Syracuse. So
right.
Syracuse has gotten the better of Rochester. And so I'm just saying, as far as us and people saying that we can't compete, on the road, it's a bit tougher for us to compete.
Right.
At home, we've shown, even though we have still lost some of those games, the games are much closer and are competitive, regardless of people's opinions.
Right. Now, Dominic, are you going to try to do this strategy again? I mean, is this something we might see again, playing with 6 field players?
A good general never reveals his strategy before the time.
All right, Dominic. Well, I just had to ask you about this because I couldn't believe I heard it. And I know you probably don't want to hear it, but congratulations. You guys did really play
also,
well.
Dominic,
against Baltimore.
Congratulations on your first goal for the season.
Oh, I appreciate that. You know what? When a city and a team hits rock bottom, the only place to go is up. And,
that's right.
Regardless of all the doubters and haters out there, I'm telling you, I wake up comfortable in my skin. I was just telling a friend of mine who I saw on social media, who kind of was down in the dumps a little bit about something that was going on in his life, and I told him, when you're a warrior, man, sometimes the path is lonely, and half the time Dominic Waza Sakluna hangs out with his shadow, and me and my shadow high five each other, and regardless of the highs and the lows of my day, I have the continuing spirit to persevere.
All right.
Because when you're living your dream, if you guys know as much as I do, when you wake up, there's a lot of effed up things that happen in a dream.
That's right. All right, Dominic, thank you again for joining us. Good luck the rest of the season, and
thank you.
Best of luck. Thank you again. All right, that was Dominic. He can ramble, so we had to be careful not to let him go too long. I think that's a good idea. Get Dominic on once in a while. He's only got 3 minutes.
If you can keep him for the 3
Yeah.
minutes.
Get
He's
it-
a good guy, you know.
and
Like I
keeping
said,
him the 3
he did
minutes
score,
is
like
the
I said,
problem.
I was watching the game and he
congratulations.
scored his first goal of the season.
So, all right, what were they doing? Were they literally pulling?
Nah, they still played with a keeper, but what was just good for them is that they're able to give the ball back to the field player. He played a little bit higher.
Okay.
So he was playing past like the third line.
Okay.
I didn't even know. I wasn't even paying attention.
Oh, really?
That it was. Yeah, he had like a black jersey on.
I
He
guess
just
I
looked
was
like
under the impression that they were literally playing with like a 6-on-5 power play for the
No,
entire game.
no, they
and
really
just
didn't.
leaving the net open.
No, they really didn't. You
It
can't.
was more misleading, basically.
Yeah, I mean, basically they were able to play him a lot farther forward, and this way you got a guy that you can actually go to when you're in trouble. He can get out of trouble. I mean, it worked out pretty well. I think they did really well with against Baltimore. They used the boards a lot, and I think Vanzella was struggling off the boards.
All right, let's get back to soccer for a little bit. Lancers, Syracuse, up 11-2, up 11-5 at halftime, lose 12-11. What happened? You were there.
It was a tough loss. I'm not really sure what happened. We kind of played a little defensively, and they just took advantage of it. I think maybe if we'd have played a little bit more like we did the first half, I think maybe things would have been different. We didn't play much different. Don't get me wrong, but I think we should have just kept pressing them and just kept firing on all cylinders. And once they got a goal and here, a goal there, next thing you know, the momentum changes, and then you're just struggling the rest of the game.
What's it going to take for the Lancers to consistently be able to beat Syracuse?
I think we have what it takes to beat Syracuse consistently. I think, just like I said, I think once we're winning a game, I think if we continue to play the same way the whole game, I don't think Syracuse has a chance. I think it's, we change a few things during halftime, and I think maybe, I don't know, that could be an issue that we need to just, like I said, if we're beating them, just stay the same way the whole game.
Right. Don't change. Why change the strategy?
Yeah, you go into the third quarter, I think, playing the same way, and if you see yourself struggling, I think maybe then you call a timeout and then maybe change it up a little bit. Again, I'm not really sure. I'm not the coach. I can't make those decisions, but it is what it is.
Well, and the Lancers sit in third place. It's looking more and more, and it's kind of been looking like this the whole year. It's going to be the Lancers against the Silver Knights in the playoffs. So it'll be 6 games in the regular season, then another 2+ in the playoffs. So you guys are going to have to learn to beat Syracuse if you want to advance.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know we can beat them. It's shown. We've shown every first half, the last 2 games, that we can beat them, and we can beat them pretty bad. We just need to complete the rest of the third and the fourth quarter. And like I said, and it's on to Baltimore. And I know we can beat Baltimore too. You can see Detroit did well against Baltimore. We beat Detroit. I don't think there should be an issue there.
Now, here's something that is very odd. The MASL site says that the result of Friday's game in Syracuse was the final score Lancers 5 and the Silver Knights 2. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, the reason being is I think it's because they went. I don't. Yeah, actually, wait a minute. I don't even know.
It says you guys won 5-2, and then in the standings.
Wait, it says we won 5-2.
Yeah. So, did something happen? Did Syracuse have to forfeit or something?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then on the MASL standings, it lists Rochester 6-6 in second place, and Syracuse is 6-7.
You might want to look in and see if there was a forfeiture.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened with that. But like I said, the other thing too is if you technically look at the game, the game was actually tied 5-5.
Oh, if it was single point scoring?
Yeah, they scored the two.
So Syracuse
pointers.
had more three. They had one more 3-pointer.
Yeah, they actually scored a 3-pointer to win the game.
Oh,
with